You're an NYU professor. You are an author of 6 books on writing, especially in the area of screenwriting. You're quite prominent in the industry, and we're always seeking your pearls of wisdom. As you are expanding now into the Latino market, and understand that your books will also be translated into Spanish, what is it that you feel that you bring uniquely to this community to help enhance what we want to take on a higher level?
Right, a few things. One of them is that I graduated from I was able to skip 11th grade by going to a public high school where in my graduating class there were 11 white people, and the rest of the community was either Hispanic or black. So I feel that 2 years of living in that world and having very dear friends and experiencing that culture directly, my only regret is I didn't learn Spanish. Now it's a big thing I want to do.
There's always hope when there's still time.
Yes, thank you. Well, I plan to. But I'm saying because I have that experience, that is one thing. The second thing is I've had the privilege to work with a number of Hispanic screenwriters on several projects. I'd worked on one recently that's about a woman taking her grandmother to Cuba before she dies to re-experience the culture and that kind of thing. And I very much I like the warmth. I'm interested in the minutia, but my real skill is to understand, because of my studies of storytelling, that each culture does have certain cultural norms that are appropriate. I.e., for example, the telenovela versus the soap opera.
Right.
Not to make a
Right, and they're usually 6 months and not 20 years or 30.
Exactly, and again, just also, I feel like I worked on it's a long story, but I worked on a project about a mother who has to go to LA to work as a maid, and her son who gets lost in Mexico, and the chase to meet each other. And I don't know, it just got me. It just got me, and I kind of went, yeah, okay. So I think that what I bring to it is that I have a knowledge of, because of the Joseph Campbell orientation and the multicultural thing, I'm aware of both the universal story and the story that is specific to a culture, and then, as I said earlier, another thing we discussed, specific to a specific class within a culture. And also an understanding that there are all kinds of inner things. Like in my culture, German Jews don't think much of Russian Jews.
Right.
Okay, it's not a color issue, but it's Russian Jews, not so much.
A splintered,
and I know that tribal, and I know that in the black culture, in Hispanic culture, the skin color and all of these things, the type of Spanish
ethnic differences.
Exactly, and so I think that having an awareness of that would help me work with your writers to help them, as I said earlier, to exacerbate and make a virtue of the specific minutiae involved in each culture, because I think that adds great richness to it, and also to teach writers of all nations to both have that universal and personal approach to their history. Because ultimately we're all raised by parents, we all grow up, we all go to school, we have similar experiences, right? Even if you were raised by wolves, it's been done. And even if you were raised by Spanish wolves or black wolves or whatever, that's another variation of the human story, but we've all shared it. So it's always a question of creating universality.